Hey squad, Sykes here and welcome back to a rebooted X Marks the Spot news, your breakdown of all the biggest Xbox news stories of the week. So let's jump straight into it. Phil Spencer discusses the future of Xbox first party and talks Activision Blizzard acquisition. In a recent flurry of interviews, head of Microsoft Gaming Phil Spencer has spoken about many key details for the Xbox ecosystem moving forward. Speaking at the Wall Street Journal Tech Live event, the Xbox boss discussed console price points as well as the prospect of charging $70 for games, something most third-party publishers, including Sony, now do. Quote, "I think at some point we'll have to raise the prices on certain things," Spencer said. "But going into the holiday, we thought it was important to maintain the prices." He added, quote, "We've held price on our console, we've held price on games, and our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things," end quote. During the Wall Street Journal Tech Live event, Spencer also talked about the scrutiny surrounding the Activision Blizzard deal, quote, "It might be surprising to people, but I'm not an expert on doing $70 billion deals," he said. "But I do know that we're very focused on getting approval in the major jurisdictions, and I'm spending a lot of time in Brussels, London, and with the FTC here in the US. I would say the discussions have been very fair and honest. It is a big acquisition, there's no doubt. Microsoft, in its role in the tech industry, is a large tech company, and I do think the discussion around an acquisition of this size is warranted, and I've appreciated the time to go spend." He added, "We're really focused on getting the deal approved in the markets. I'm confident in that. I was just in London last week, continue to have discussions with all the regulatory boards, and remain confident that we'll get the deal approved." Over on the Same Brain YouTube channel, Spencer was quoted saying, quote, "We're not taking Call of Duty from PlayStation. That's not our intent. Our intent is to not do that, and as long as there's a PlayStation out there to ship to, our intent is that we'll continue to ship Call of Duty on PlayStation. Similar to what we've done with Minecraft since we own that." Moving on, Matt Booty speaks all things Xbox Game Studios and offers first-party updates. In a recent interview with SkillUp, head of Xbox Game Studios Matt Booty gave us some much-needed insight into upcoming first-party games that are currently in development. On Fable being developed by Playground Games, Booty said, quote, "They had a particular passion for the IP, Fable, and I think they are also demonstrated that they understand what the heart and soul of Fable is about, and how they can bring it forward for today's sensibilities and just make a modern take on Fable. There's stuff that I wish I could share and show, because some of the things I've been seeing are so encouraging," end quote. Booty would also discuss the recent success of Grounded since its 1.0 release back in September. Grounded has now surpassed 13 million players. "Grounded, I think we are over 13 million players as of today," said Booty. "We just did the full 1.0 release. Very small team of about 20 people, and how do you get a game done with that small of a team inside of Obsidian? Use all the tools that Obsidian has got, all that RPG tooling, all the things that they've put together. You sort of are pulling things off of a shelf to be able to put your own spin and your own idea on it. I think for me that Grounded is such a great example of how you can create something that has got a cool, unique feel. It's clearly something that stands on its own, it innovates, but it didn't require a lot of technology heavy lift because they were really using stuff that came off the shelf from years of working at Obsidian," end quote. Booty would also go on to admit that Halo Infinite fell short after launch and needs to recover. "These days with a game like Halo Infinite, shipping the game is just the beginning. There's got to be a plan for content sustaining, there's got to be a plan for regular continuing engagement, and we just fell short on the plan on that. We have really retrenched, we've got some changes in how the team is set up, we've got some changes in leadership, and we've got to really get refocused around that sustained content plan and making sure that we're bringing a regular update of content for the players," end quote. Other points that Booty would also go on to make include stating that State of Decay 3 is being developed to compete visually. Quote, "We want the game State of Decay 3 to compete. We want it to compete visually. One of the things that the team there is really focused on is animation technology, being able to really up for State of Decay 3 the interactivity between the player and the environment." Booty confirmed that Gears of War developer The Coalition are very much leading the efforts with developing on Unreal Engine 5, and that there is plenty of sharing and communication happening between them and State of Decay developer Undead Labs. Microsoft is losing $200 on every Xbox console. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has said Microsoft loses between $100 and $200 on every Xbox Series X and Series S sold. As reported by SNNBC and spotted by Eurogamer, Spencer said at the Wall Street Journal live tech event that Microsoft subsidised the cost of its Xbox consoles with the expectation that people will spend money on its profitable add-ons products later. losing $100 to $200 per console is fairly significant amount given the Xbox Series X retails at $499 and the Xbox Series S retails at $299. But consumers then purchasing additional controllers, headsets, games and subscription services like Xbox Live and Game Pass is seemingly enough to justify the hit on day one. Spencer also previously stated that Microsoft may not be able to keep the Xbox Series X consoles at the current retail price indefinitely, as mentioned earlier. New Xbox Game Pass games are incoming and there are plenty of them. Return to Monkey Island will launch on Xbox via Game Pass, Microsoft has confirmed. The newly launched entry in the classic adventure game series will arrive for Xbox consoles, cloud and PC via Game Pass on the 8th of November, following its previous release on PC and Switch. Telltale's The Walking Dead: A New Frontier and Michonne have now joined Game Pass for PC, alongside The Legend of Tian Ding for cloud, console and PC. Atmospheric 2D adventure Ghost Song joined Game Pass for cloud, console and PC on the 3rd of November, before Football Manager slots into Game Pass for PC, cloud and console on the 8th of November. The popular Vampire Survivors joins Game Pass for console on the 10th of November and is available now via Game Pass for PC. As previously announced, Obsidian's RT adventure Pentiment launches on the 15th of November through Xbox Game Pass for cloud, console and PC. Rounding out the first half of the month, sci-fi story Somerville launches via Game Pass for console and PC on the 15th of November. Finally, as always, a handful of titles will leave Game Pass over the coming days. 8th of November will see last year's Football Manager disappear, while the 15th of November sees Art of Rally, Fae Tactics, Next Space Rebel, One Step from Eden and Supraland all get the chop. And our final news story for the week is that the next adventure for Sea of Thieves is now live. The 9th adventure for Sea of Thieves Return of the Damned has now arrived and will be available for players to dive into until November 17th on Xbox, PC and cloud. This time around, players are faced with the choice of siding with Arthur Pendragon or Captain Flameheart, which could have a long-lasting effect on the Sea of Thieves. Pick your side and conquer sea forts in the name of your chosen faction. Well squad, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please make sure you leave a like, head over to InstallationX and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications for future uploads. Let me know your thoughts on this week's news stories in the comment section. Follow myself and the channel over on social media with links in the description. And as always, I'm Sykes, and for all the things Xbox, stay tuned to InstallationX. Bye guys.